Now, Radio Winchcombe, I'm so excited to bring on my next guest. I'm a massive fan of the Scissor Sisters, and I'm a massive fan of this guy. So let's say hello, it's Jake Shears. Hello.
What's up? Hi, how are you?
I'm really good, thank you. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on the show. And first of all, what a year 2018 has been for you. You've released your debut album. I know you've had a great reception to it, but was it daunting at first for you, kind of going it alone without the Scissor Sisters?
I was nervous to start with a few years ago before I'd even kind of made anything, because I wasn't sure really how I was going to do it exactly. But once I started writing the material and really working on it and recording it, once the album got going, I was just so happy and excited about what I was doing that, I haven't had a lot of nerves this year putting it out. I've been really proud of it, and I'm just in love with this album. So it's just been a pleasure to put out and to sing and to perform. Yeah.
And what I love about the album is at various stages you kind of get a glimpse of so many other musical artists. So would you say that you incorporated some of your musical heroes within this album?
Yeah, I think like all my influences are really sort of there and boiled down in a big way. I mean, it's kind of, you can hear Scissor Sisters in this record a lot.
Yeah.
But I think you can also really, I mean, it's very much, you can hear my Elton influences and Bee Gees and ELO and Fleetwood Mac and Queens of the Stone Age and there's just like they're all kind of boiled. Dolly Parton, David Bowie, it's all kind of sort of boiled down into one sound in a way.
And one of my favourites from the album is actually Creep City, and I kind of got a bit of a feeling of Queen within that song, because it's extremely catchy, it's very different, so that's one of my favourite tracks from the album.
Thank you very much. Yeah, there's absolutely some Queen influences on this record as well, and that's something that's absolutely there. But I think it's my favorite track too. I love Creep City. It's the track that I feel like kind of encapsulates the whole record in a way.
With the success that you've had to this album, what can we expect from you now? Will we see a tour, new music? Because you must have got that hunger.
I mean, I just finished an American tour, which was so much fun, and the shows for this record have just gotten. I'm so proud of them. It's just gotten really solid and tight and intense and fun. So I want to keep doing them. I think I'm going to come back to the UK hopefully in the spring, and fingers crossed, some good festivals this summer. But yeah, I'm just going to continue to hoof it. I've got so many fingers in so many pots right now. I work on musicals, and I wrote a book that came out last February, and I'm about to start writing another one. And I've always got about 10 things going on at once, which is how I love it. But yeah, I'm going back in the studio in December and January I'm going to make more music. I'm not going to really focus on an album right now, but I really want to kind of make some fun, just a couple party songs for the spring and summer. So yeah, I'm kind of immediately going back in and working on new stuff as soon as I get home from the UK.
And I know something else that you're really passionate about is songwriting, and you've worked with some of the legends like Elton John, Kylie Minogue, but has there been somebody that you've worked with that you just formed such a special connection with, and someone who was your favourite to write with?
I mean, I have to say Paul Williams is just one of my absolute heroes, and this album, I think, has so much of his influence all over it, and he's somebody that I've got to write with when Scissors was making Ta-Da. And Paul Williams he wrote the Bugsy Malone score and the Muppet movie soundtrack, all the songs from, all kind of a whole bunch of kind of Carpenter's classics. And, he's a fantastic songwriter. He's such a magical little man. And he's been probably, he's one of my biggest heroes and just, a pleasure, so much fun to write with. And then also just writing with Elton John is like kind of nothing else. It's a very special thing to get to do. I've written a bunch of stuff with him, with written a musical score together in recent years, and just getting to experience that and being in the studio with an absolute legend is really it's something to, it's pretty magical.
And another thing that you're known for is your style, which I absolutely love. But when it comes to kind of choosing an outfit, what do you actually look to for inspiration? Because it's so different, it's so out there.
Well, when I was a kid, when we were starting Scissor Sisters out, a lot of times would just get stuff I would just run into thrift stores and consignment shops and just grab whatever and kind of put stuff on and sort of would get a little more formed as the years went on. And I'm not great with clothes or with fashion. It's I can't really dress myself very well. I'm not that. It's really what I don't believe is one of my skills. But I have, for instance, on this album, I've got a couple of friends. I've got a guy named Michael Schmidt he's one of the great costumers. I mean, he's kind of like a Bob Mackie. He does, he does tons of stuff for Beyonce and Gaga. He does all the girls, a lot of classic Cher looks. I definitely on this kind of round on this tour, I wanted to kind of look like a New York Rockette and kind of do this kind of New York Broadway look. So I know that I know sort of an idea behind it, and then I have to find somebody to work with me on implementing it and making it look really good and having it be surprising. I mean, I've been wearing these tearaway pants lately that basically in the middle of the show, I just rip my pants off and I'm in fishnets underneath, and it's just such a moment. And yeah, it's people like that I find that can help me really kind of implement those ideas.
Now, Jake, I can imagine you probably get asked this on a daily basis, but obviously we've got the Spice Girls getting back, we've got Westlife, the Backstreet Boys. Will we ever get to see a Scissor Sisters reunion, or, you guys getting back together to work on new projects?
Not anytime soon, probably, I don't think. I've just been, I've been loving doing what I've been doing so much, and I think as you can probably hear in the record, there's a kind of freedom that I've had, sort of making this new music and kind of having this sort of control over it, and I've loved it. And so I don't, maybe when I spend all my money on doing this stuff, and because I put I've made this whole record myself. All this stuff that I've done, I've got no record label or anything. I'm just it's all just come out of my pocket. Which is it's expensive. It's crazy. It's I don't know if I'll ever make any money doing this again. I have no idea. But maybe once the money's gone,
That's very honest.
At the moment, I really I love kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of the work it's taken to get here.
Well, Jake, I know this is, you spent a lot of your own money on this album, but I can honestly say I think it's worth every penny. You've had a great reaction. The public absolutely love it, and it's great to see you back doing what you love, and I really hope we get to see more from you. And your passion shines through, even, as we're talking now, your love and passion for your music comes shining through.
Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't be happier with the reaction to the record, and I am very, very proud of it.
Jake, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been amazing, and I can't wait to have you back on again. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye-bye.